Let's test. And we are live. Welcome everybody. Can you guys hear me well? I think this is working. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So yeah, it's been a while that I haven't streamed here. So yeah, sorry for being away from YouTube, but I've spent a lot of time working on my bootcamp, and now that the bootcamp is in place, I'm gonna spend more time here back on YouTube. And so today I'm gonna tell you what is exactly my exit strategy for crypto, because that's really important. You know, if you buy, but you don't have a clear exit strategy, how are you going to make money? And I don't really think that HODL to the moon is a really good strategy. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm gonna do. Hey, I have THX in the chat. Awesome to see you, man. Yeah, you've been following me for a while. This is great to have such a long time follower. Really appreciate. So yeah, so I'm gonna tell you what is my exit strategy, and also we're gonna cover the menus in crypto. But first, I'm gonna briefly tell you about my bootcamp. So this week, you still have a few days to register for the Solidity bootcamp. So in 1 month, we can turn you into a professional Solidity developer. So you are basically the next 100x coin. If you invest in yourself, that is the most guaranteed way to turn a 100x profit. So we still have a few days to register. So follow the link that I put in the chat, and we're gonna start the bootcamp. All right, so with this being said, let's get into the exit strategy. So here we have the graph of Bitcoin. And so there are different elements, like there are the time-based indicator and price-based indicator. So we all know that we have this 4-year cycle between the different Bitcoin halving. So we have a new all-time high, we have a new bull market every 4 years. And in general, what happened is that the bull market lasts about 2 years. So 1 year before the halving, you have the bull market. And after 1 year after the halving, it also continues. So there is something very important to understand about the top of the market. So here, if you check out the top of the market for the bull run of 2017 and you compare it with the top of 2021, this is almost 3.5 more. So each bull market, the top is going to be a multiple of the previous top. So right now we've just went above. Sorry, I'm a bit sick, but I'll manage I'll manage for this stream. Don't worry. So we just went above the previous all-time high. All right. And so now the big question is that, well, how higher are we gonna be? So this is just the beginning of this bull market, that is for sure. But basically, so it could be something between 3.3 to 4 times the previous all-time high, based on the previous bull market. So I did some research, and I asked a friend who is a quant trader, a really super brilliant guy. He works at a hedge fund, and he did some calculation. So according to him, this all-time high is going to be 3.8 times the previous all-time high. So previous all-time high, about 70K. So yeah, you multiply this by almost by 4. So that's gonna be a nice figure. So of course there is absolutely no guarantee it's going to reach this, but at the very least I would expect anything between time 2 to time 4. So now also you have to understand that now it might be a little bit different, because we have this steady inflow of with the Bitcoin ETF. So maybe that it's not going to be as volatile as before, meaning that once we reach the all-time high, maybe it's going to not go down as hard as it did before. it's possible that it's going to be a little bit more smooth. So even if you miss the all-time high, maybe it's not going to be as bad as before. So I think you have to, if you really want to know when to sell, you have to think about what's your objective. If you absolutely want to cash out during the bull market, basically you got to be really cautious. And you got to be, maybe you don't want to wait until it reaches a crazy multiple compared to the previous all-time high. For example, I don't know, for the moment we reach 2x. I think it's already pretty good. So if you absolutely want to cash out during this bull market, personally, this is what I would do, is sell at 2x. Now, another strategy is just to wait until the price hit a certain point that will allow you to make a certain amount of money, and that is actually my strategy. So me personally, for my long-term allocation of so most of my portfolio is in Bitcoin and ETH, and this is long-term, and I'm just gonna sell when it's gonna be really life-changing money. So when it really will allow me to reach my FIRE number, so that so FIRE movement, it's like this movement on Reddit where people save so that they can retire early. And so personally, this is my strategy. I don't sell most of my crypto until I can reach my FIRE. And so and I think that I'm going to be able to reach it during this bull market. But it's really up to you to see how aggressive, how risk averse you are for this. So now, risk management. Okay, so it's going to be very difficult to time the top exactly. So what I recommend is to use the same strategy as dollar cost averaging, but for selling. So, dollar cost averaging, this is the strategy where if you want to buy, you buy the same amount at a regular interval, for example, every month or every week, etc. And so you smooth out the buying price. And most people have this strategy with stock and crypto. But you can also use it when you want to sell your crypto. So instead of waiting that the market reached the all-time high, then as you approach a certain multiple, you start to sell a little bit. So that means that yes, you're not gonna get the absolute best price, but you also reduce the risk of completely missing the all-time high and even being in the red. So I think it's a pretty smart way to see it. All right, so that's my strategy to sell my crypto. So now let's see what's the recent trend for Bitcoin. So here let's take the 3 months chart. All right. Let's take the 1 day. I'm still new to trading. I'm still new to trading view. How do you use that? 1 day. No, it's not good. 1 hour. Just 1 sec. All right, never mind. But basically, my point is like we're still in an uptrend, and so it's still the right. So we're just testing the new all-time high now. So it's possible that there's gonna be some resistance, but yeah, we're still at the beginning of the bull market. So still a good accumulation point. Just one data point that is not ideal right now. So if you see the inflow of the Bitcoin ETF, so here the past few days the inflow have been negative, which means that money has been bleeding out of all these ETFs. So it's a bit unusual, but for example, yesterday this trend was reversed. But usually when you see some outflow, it's not going to be very supportive of the price. So maybe very short in the next few days, maybe we're going to see some sideways action, but overall it's still very positive. Okay, so next is last week the Fed decided to leave the rate unchanged. So that was to be expected because the inflation came in a little bit stronger than expected. This being said, it's pretty sure that by this summer, the rates are going to go down because the level of the debt of the US debt is growing like crazy. I think I saw a stat on Twitter. It was something like 1 trillion, one extra $1 trillion every 3 months, something like this. So and so with this really high interest rate, it's just not sustainable to have this very high level of borrowing. So they will have to lower the rate, and that's going to add fire to the bull market. So I predict that this summer is gonna be insanely good. All right, so then I wanted to share with you this tool I just found out, L2 Watch. So that is a tool to allow you to find the L2 project on Bitcoin. So the ecosystem for L2 Bitcoin is still pretty primitive. You can see that most of the projects are still pre-testnet, so very early. But keep an eye on this project, and if they have a token, could be interesting. I don't have any view on the long-term, what's the long-term potential of those Bitcoin L2, but since we are very early, usually as long as you are really early in crypto, you will always make some money. So next we're gonna talk of L2 on Ethereum, and so here you can see the total value locked of the total market of L2, and so you can see that this has exploded compared to last year. So right now the action is really on L2, and here you can see the difference between the comparison between the different L2 chain. And so here we can see in purple Base, the L2 of Coinbase, which is really increasing very fast. So Base basically has a lot of advantage because it's owned by Coinbase, and Coinbase basically wants to be the new Apple. Like, they own on-ramp, off-ramp, wallet, and now they also have their own blockchain. And so they basically have this integrated ecosystem with a bridge between crypto and fiat, and they are 100% compliant with financial authorities. So basically, I'm really bullish on the current trend of project on Base. So here I saw an interesting prediction that Coinbase and Circle might create a new L2 this year, purely focused on payment with USDC, and so that would be great to compete with companies like PayPal, for example. That will really that will really open up a new market. So next, I want to talk of two specific projects on Base, because right now there's a very strong narrative on Base. So you have some really interesting token to buy. So first, we have the Render Network. So Render Network is basically a decentralized GPU, and there's a lot of use case for AI. So here you can see the price action of Render. So it has, compared to the baseline, it has basically 10x. Okay, so here we are 1.6 something, almost 10. No, not exactly 10x, even less than 10x. But really super bullish. So the total market cap is 4 billion. So I think we still have a lot of upside. Potentially still have a 10x from here. So very interesting upside potential. Then we have another project called Aerodrome. So that's basically a decentralized exchange for Base. So they want to be the Uniswap for Base. And they are backed by Coinbase Venture, which is the VC arm of Coinbase. So so a very solid project overall. And the price action is also very good. And for the the market cap, so 300 million, fully diluted 1.4. So, but I still think that it's like Render. It really has a lot of upside. Okay, guys. So, guys, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stop here because my voice is leaving me today. But I think we cover most of it. So, reminder: if you want to get started for your career in Solidity, register for our Solidity Bootcamp. I put the link in the chat, and yeah, that's in 1 month we can turn you into a Solidity master. All right. Let me see if we have the time for one or two questions. Just one or two questions today because my throat is too painful. But let's see what we have. So Tilak, would you suggest some resource how to learn about cryptocurrency? More specific question. I don't know. All right, there's no more question for today. We're gonna stop here. So thanks everybody. And so yeah, from now on we're gonna try to do those live stream more regularly. All right. So that's it for today. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.